Hello folks. Right now I'm going to attempt to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay? Right here. I'm going to wait for some people to show up here. But these females right here. Okay, Aaron. I did this so I could show this to you. These females right here are the two lobes of the brain. They're females and they're exactly the same because it means they're in equilibrium. These two females, okay? Now how I came across this, and how I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And it was because of this, guys. This symbol right here. And I'm going to show you what this symbol is. Watch. Don't look at this stuff. Oh, maybe we got to look at that because I'm a guy. Yeah. Okay. We won't look at that stuff anymore. Sorry. I'm just a dweeb, I know. But right here, okay, now you guys have to realize that this is so simplistic, but it's the hardest thing you could ever imagine to explain. Our consciousness is actually the Allspark. It is the Allspark that's in the Transformers movie. You know, more than meets the eye. You know, that whole Transformer thing. But look at the top of the, look at this. At the crown of the tree of life right here. You see that? Right here. Boom. Pluto, Plutarch, Hades. Now, this is how I remember Phil said to compare. You have to compare exact opposites. You have to compare, you know, heaven and hell, and water and fire, this and that, us and them, you and me. You know, every opposite you could think of. You have, you know, infinite, finite, zero. Whatever, you know, you have to compare those in your mind. And you have to think about them to the point where, hi Earthly, how are you? Nice to see you. But you have to think about them to the point where they seep into your consciousness, where you start just looking at things and you automatically think of that. Okay? Now that's how I did it. And it was weird. You know, it was completely weird because it was in that movie, Star is Born. And it was odd that a star is born, you know. It's actually talking about us being born. And Lady Gaga is obviously, you know, she's schooled in, you know, esoteric knowledge, obviously. Somebody is in that whole circle they're doing over there. But you see what the top three are. And that's why I was on the hero's journey kick too, was because that's the first step to figure out what the hero's journey is. The arc of the sun. Sun up, noon, sundown. That was the base of my understanding. That's when it started clicking, guys. Because I started seeing pattern around me. Like that video I just showed, pattern is it. Because everything in our reality, from the movies to the books to everything has a hero's journey in it. And you look at everything, you look around you, you see your plastic water bottle you're drinking out of. You think of the hero journey that bottle had. It's like you turn into Rain Man. Hey, what's up? Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And that's why the autistic kids, they see patterns everywhere. You know, because they're focused on that one thing, you know. And that's what it is. It's focusing your mind. Now, okay, and then that turns into after you get the three, after, you know, and it's weird because it is directly related to numbers. Yes, vibration create patterns. Yeah, but you can't go too far into it. See, that's the problem, what we've been doing. Yeah, and that's even too far into it too. But I mean, that all ties in. That's what this is, sacred geometry. You know, and Phil breaks it down sweet because, and I don't know if I should show you guys how I'm going to show you, because I just figure I have to. I don't know if I should or not, because I don't want to create any fear, but you know, it's crazy. What do you think, Danny? Do you think I should share that? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Is she here? Danielle, do you think I should No, do you think I should share? What you know what I'm talking about? Yes, we're making everything way too complicated. Hi, honey. Do you think I should share what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Okay, now you see this symbol, you guys? This is what got me on the case right here. This symbol. So I said, I was talking with Aaron, you know, Esoteric Australia or whatever his group is called, and I said, dude, what's up with this symbol? Why is it on the top of the tree of life? You know, the Ein Sof, you know, why is it up there? And he said, I don't know, man. I said, well, I'm going to go look at my solar system scope. So I went to my solar system scope. And I said, I wonder if there's any conjunction, you know, because everything is a conjunction. Now, guys, what I'm going to show you here is pretty profound, okay? Because I can explain it to a T, and I had no clue how to explain this. And it's even so severe that I didn't even realize I changed this, my avatar, without even trying. And it changed it to a cross. And I never spoke religion one iota before. You guys all know that. Okay, now watch. And it's crazy because the date is just perfect. I'm laughing because it's crazy. Okay, now check it out. Whoop. You see this? What does that form, you guys? Look at it. Well, I'm going to get these comments out of the way. Look at that. So what we got here is a cross. Right here. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, you may think, okay, so it's just a cross conjunction. No big deal, right? Well, then you say, well, you start thinking in opposites. You start thinking, well, okay, everything's opposite in enlightenment, you know, in our dualistic nature. The reason why everything is opposite, because without polarization, creation couldn't exist. Because the Abzu, or the great chaotic waters, or that's what the waters being separated in the Bible, in the Genesis story is about. Is when, oh, I gotta turn this volume down, don't I? Could you guys hear everything I just said? Sorry. Okay, now, the waters in the Genesis story, the separating of the oceans, you know, the chaotic oceans or whatever, the salt water, even in the Sumerian tablets, all of it, every creation story you think of is exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, now look at the date. We have 1/13. Hang on, I'm going to redo that. We have 1/13/2020. Okay? Just add all those up. Doesn't mean anything, right? But you figure out that the 13 is reference to the Last Supper painting. Right? Because we got the 12 cranial nerves in the top of our head, which are the zodiac in the sky, in the heavens. And then we got the pineal gland in the middle. In that glyph that I just showed you is what's on top of the Ankh, that's recreating the Godhead. It's the loop. We are where the Ouroboros meets its tail, where it starts eating its tail. That's the symbolic meaning of it. Okay? Now, if you guys see this cross, okay, you think, okay, the opposites. Okay, we got male here. We got war, masculine, in Mars. And on this side, we got, oh, wow, we got female. We got goddess. We got beauty, love. And have you ever noticed that there's the first two planets are never mentioned in any, you know, you always skip to 3 and then you go up. Now, Pluto is what? Pluto is Hades. And it's the underworld. Now, in Egyptian mythology, or in the Egyptian creation stories, Hades is the underworld. And in the Book of the Dead, it tells you, you know, underworld is actually you go down before you go up. And, you know, you go down to the underworld to get your heart weighed against the feather. Okay? So right there, it all fits together. Now, this is the thing right here, guys. This is the thing. Yes. But, I mean, this could mean, you know, I don't know what this means exactly, but I know what I'm talking about on that side of things. This is how I made the connection, guys. This is because I was weighing the opposites in our, because everything in our reality is dualistic. Think about it. We have to bring the two together as one. That's the whole marriage of the bride and groom story in the Bible, guys. There is no vengeful God that you have to pay credence to. You just have to do right for everybody because everybody is one. And that's the next step, is to visualize and bring all of that stuff together under one umbrella. It's beautiful, but it's severe. When you realize this, it wrecks your world. I mean it. I mean it with all my heart. I've fought with everybody I've told this to in my life because they're all like, what are you spending all this time doing this and this and this and that for? You know what I mean? Yeah, I love myself enough so much that I run out of lotion. I'm just kidding. But seriously, guys, this is some huge shit. And I don't mean to swear because, you know, that's not good. Curse words are called curse words for a reason. You know? Okay, so we got heaven and hell down here, and then we got earth here. The opposites. Okay, you can think of that, and this, that, because you can think of everything as this. We'll name the female positive, and, you know, in most myths they want to name, you know, the male positive, but I think we come from the womb of time, which is the womb of time is female. That is the creator. You cannot have any kids. But look at this, guys. This is the weirdest thing. Look at what's on the other side of the sun. That's the one. That is Thoth. That is the creation. That's the wisdom. The you know. So that's the opposite of what's the next one in line? Anybody know what Sirius stands for? Demeter. Sirius right here. And look at the odd thing is Sirius. How many times is that going to happen? How many times is Sirius going to line up in this conjunction where you got Earth, Mercury, Sirius, Saturn, and Pluto, and Mars on this side and Venus on this side? And oddly enough, you go over here, you got Neptune over here, and then on this other side, I don't think it's lined up too well, but where is it? See, and that's the whole thing with this. Where's Neptune at? Or Uranus? Yeah, who would name a planet Uranus? I don't know. Oh, whatever. But you guys get what I'm saying. I mean, it makes perfect sense now, doesn't it? I mean, I think it's right over here. I don't know where it's at. What the message is from what you found. Yes, okay, now, My Skies is here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for sharing that tenon video with me, man. That was awesome. I appreciate that. Now, check this out, guys. Okay, here, I'm going to go back up and see if I can see Uranus. Wow, it's way out there. Uranus is right... Oh, wow, Uranus is on the same side as... Oh, wow. Oh, it's the sickle. Oh, no way. No way. Watch this. It's the sickle. And then it goes through the sun down to Jupiter. Or wait, this way. Watch. Where's Jupiter at? Yeah. Okay, so the sickle goes right here. This is the 7, guys. And then it goes up like this. And then through the sun to Jupiter. Watch. Yes, that's the sickle. Watch. Oh, that's incredible. Now watch this. When I show you guys this, this is wild. Oh, come on. Okay, now, and you see this? I didn't notice this until recently. And once you start figuring out how to read these symbols, this is an eyeball, and I never noticed it before, and I've looked at this a million times. That's the window to our soul. These things with wings, you know what those are? That's the cloud, the effulgence. That is the cross, pineal light. Okay, now Phil, you know, when I saw Phil, I came to Phil and I seen this right here. This is what I seen right away with Phil after Danielle introduced me to him. And what? I don't care if anybody's talking shit about me. I don't give a shit. Anybody can talk shit about me. I don't care. That's on them. They're going to be the ones missing out if they ain't enlightened by whatever that date is. You know. Now check this out. Everybody here has had to have wondered what the hell the cross is. Why is the cross everywhere in our life? Why is it so prevalent, you guys? From somebody that's seen it, this is what it looks like. A cross. Okay? Now, we go to, we're going to find axiom. Oh, here. Right here is sulfur. Sulfur is spoken about in the Bible. Sulfur is our consciousness. This is our soul. Yeah, that was the Eye of Horus. Correct. That's the same thing as the effulgence. Right. It's the same thing as the pineal light. Because it's all connected to our vision. Okay, now, without our... I'll go back to that glyph and I'll show you guys what Phil has explained to me. I mean, he's way better at it. But, you know, I just... Look at it. It's in all this art. You see this art right here? It's in there. It's, This is where I got my start, was this right here. You know, this is Orion's Nebula. And there's said to be a black hole there, but... I mean... That's where all the star imagery comes from. I even have a theory as to why the pole is splitting like the Vesica Pisces. You know, if you look at a magnetosphere or magnetic pole model, you see that there's a pole up at the top here and a pole up at the top here. And in the middle is where our compasses are going right now. And it looks just like this. Like the MasterCard symbol, as Jerry Runk would say. You know, and it's like our world's being pulled apart. Like there's another dimension. But this is the thing, guys. You have to realize that what we're talking about here is dimensionless, timeless, time, and all the dimensions all in one thing. That is the Allspark in the Transformers. You know the movie? And everything I look at now, I mean everything, you guys, it's like I'm the code. It's like I'm in the machine and it's talking to me. You know, like this right here. This is how I figured out, you know, I wondered, why is there no A in ether anymore? You ever figure that out? Why did they demote Pluto? You know, and they is us, but I don't know what the whole hijacking of all that is about. But the A is pulled off because this is the same, what I'm talking about, the Ouroboros is the Alpha Omega. Just like on that Tom Cruise movie, when they're running around killing them aliens. The Alpha and the Omega is the free energy loop, if you will. But you see where this is broken right here? That adds up to exactly what I just showed you with Pluto. Okay? The same thing. And I just realized that, actually. But I'm going to show you Axiom, the cosmic time god. You know, I think it's Axios, or I don't know. I should just hang on and find it. But if you look at, like, this glyph. This is from Greece, and it's showing the sacred bowl of heaven, you know, the great bowl of heaven, being wrestled by Anu or the Absu or whatever it was. But you see it's got a 3-fork, you know, a devil's tail on it, right? Because it's heaven and hell. This dog right here, Dog Star. This guy right here, what is he? What are these back here? See, everything in here speaks to us. Everything. And you just have to break it down and figure out what it means. Every glyph, every hieroglyph, every pictograph, everything in our ancient past, because it's all part of our code. It's all saved in that red sphere. This even, right here. You know, all of it. This. You know, the Excalibur pulling the sword in the stone. You know, when he's pulling the sword out of the stone. And no pun intended, but, you know, that's the same thing. Noah's Ark. The Noah story it's not just a flood on the earth. Noah's Ark is our emotion and our our consciousness rising from the lower chakras all the way through our body up through the top of our head. That is exactly what we are. We are seeds for the cosmic garden. We are the flower. We are the thing being planted in the ground, growing, and then if you can reach enlightenment by the time we're allotted in each cycle, because every one is a cycle around 7,000 years or so, you know, because it's 29,520, is it? Something like that. Or 26,920. 26,920. And that date is this right here, guys. 1/13/2020. Because hindsight's 2020. And the 1 and the 13 means that that's both sides of the spectrum. That's, you know, 13 is 1. 1 is 1. When I started my YouTube channel, I started putting this number down and didn't know why I was doing it. And as I started finding stuff, I realized that I was saying all for one and one for all. That's the oldest mantra known to man. Look at, here's the cross right here too. Oh, and the cross, what the cross really means. What the cross really means, you guys, is what the cross really means is the psychic ability, or the understanding of what we are, because we are self-aware creatures. That's what I'm gonna start crying because I'm gonna have to explain something here before I even say that. What I've been really crying about, you guys, is because of my father dying. And that was back in 2006. It's been 13 years. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now, 13 years ago when he died, I just put my dog down like a year before that. Or no, I put my dog down before he died, I think. I don't know, but it's ever since then it's been kind of a blur because I've not really been living, you know what I mean? I haven't been living. I've been lost in myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's really hard to deal with. But I think once I deal with it, I'll make the connection, because I'm so far ahead. I am so blessed to be where I am at in this understanding, because it's freaking huge, guys. Now look at this one right here. It breaks it down even better for us. It shows us that Pluto is the Kether, and it's the being. And it shows you that it's the wisdom and the understanding. Knowledge is where, you know, most of us are at right now, is knowledge. You know, I'm right here in this level, about to get to this level. And then I become a Godhead. That's what gods were called. That's why they were called gods, you guys. That's why they were called gods. You know, and I still have to master some discipline, you know, my kindness is there. But, you know, my thank you. Yeah, but this is where we start, right here on Earth. This is Earth, the Malkuth. Kingship. Lowered down from heaven. You know, like the Anunnaki. I just realized that. God, I'm turning into a genius here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that. Right here, how the Anunnaki story was told. Kingship was lowered down from heaven. Boom. Because this is kingship, and this is God. Yeah, but if I just be, I would have never been. You know what I mean? I would have never got to this level if I would have just been. You know what I mean? Because I've striven after this forever. You know? I've striven after this forever. I mean, and it started, you guys all know. I erased every one of my Nibiru videos off. Nibiru is planet Earth. And I don't want to offend anybody, but it's nonsense, and it's getting you off your track, because that is why it's there. That is the darkness that pulls man away from the light. That information is exactly what it is. The Nibiru information, the Planet X information, all of that stuff is pulling you away from what the truth is. And when I met Phil, I knew for a fact I was correct on it. You know, and I don't like saying, I don't like gloating on it, but I mean, I was stuck in that cycle of the Nibiru psychosis forever. You know what I mean? I was stuck in it forever. I mean, I had 450 videos on my channel about it. And you want to know something, guys? I had my channel monetized. You know what I mean? And I've only gotten $400 in the last 4 years out of YouTube for my monetization. But I totally took my monetization off of my channel, and all of a sudden the information started coming to me in droves. Instead of little bits and little tiny pieces, it started coming to me in droves. I mean, one right after another. I mean, just boosh, boosh, boosh. And then, I mean, I'm watching a freaking SpongeBob this morning. SpongeBob. And he's a square. He opens his mouth and there's a square and a circle. I'm like, holy shit. You know, I'm like right there. Because the square and the circle is the perfect definition of everything and nothing together. I'm buffering like nuts. Hey, Christine. I got your attention, huh? You want to come visit me now? You thought I was full of shit before or what? Am I still buffering, you guys? Yes, and you know, I don't know. I mean, every little... Okay, now, and then it goes this far. It goes this deep, you guys. You see this right here? This right here, this picture? I did that 2 years ago in my garage. You see it? It's a skull with a face mask on. Like a monkey face or whatever. And then he's got bandages streaming off the back. And I did this with a roller, just going back and forth. And I stood back and I said, holy cow. Well, that's nothing, because I did a brick job, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when I first started waking up. And I built the solar boat. You know, the Egyptian solar boat. Into the side of a house. And I didn't know it because it was called a clinker job. But back to the point here. I'm going to find that axiom. Okay, now, what I'm talking about here is the Ouroboros. Okay? We are this symbol, the self-replicating loop. Okay? And right at this point is where the all-spark occurs. That is when we become so self-conscious of what we are and understand the whole system. When we understand the whole system, what did you just say? Who's saying that? I was on a live stream earlier in the week where I was told I had Stockholm Syndrome because I am convinced we are here to learn. No. Hey, Aaron, you can circumvent the whole... Okay, you want to know what the Tower of Babel story is about, you guys? The Tower of Babel story is what they're chemtrailing for. That is the modern day Tower of Babel, because they're trying to circumvent this. Because you have to understand what creation is. You have to understand what it is before, you know, it comes to you. You have to know the system and know how it works. Really, you have to understand it. And the understanding comes with knowing that it is God. And it's nothing. It's not a person. It's not a man. It's an it. It's an entity. Which is all of us. Everything in our... Okay, now I'm going to get back to that story with my dad and my dog. Now, when I really made the connection that everything is the same energy, what deciphers whether or not we have a consciousness, in my opinion, is the meat suit we're in. That's why some people are just rock hard stupid. Some people are smart as hell. Dogs, some dogs are smart, some dogs aren't. You know, but they're not self-aware. They're just creatures of instinct. You know what I mean? But they all still have the all-spark in them. And I know this because when I put my dog down, my dog looked at me the same way my dad did when he died. I mean, the exact same way. The same look in their eyes and everything. I mean, I spotted it. I seen it in their eyes. The same, holy fuck, what did you do to me? You know what I'm saying? And it's more than belief, because there is no belief here. This is the truth. This is the one truth. That's where I'm starting to have an issue with people, and people are hating me for it. Is because I've realized that there's one truth. There is no you got a truth and I got a truth. There's one freaking truth in this world, and this is it. You understand what I mean? That's where the truth is so severe it cuts like a knife. You know, and wielding the sword of truth, like Phil says, it cuts both ways. You know, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about all this right now, but I feel that, you know, we need to, we need to get this figured out. You know, time is of essence. And I don't know how to explain it as eloquently as Phil does, but, you know, I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can and at least pour some emotion into it so I can get somebody else interested into it to light the fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if this is the stuff. Okay, now, today I was at the point, and I got to thank Danielle for pulling me out of the abyss. You know what I mean? Because I was super, super down. I mean, way down, because this is, I'm not kidding you guys. This has ripped my life apart. From the base up. I mean, follow the key I leave behind me. Seek, and the doorway to life shall be thine. Seek thou in my pyramid, deep in the passage that ends in a wall. Do you know what that means, you guys? I now know what that means. Pyramids are diamonds in a sea of clay. Okay? Pyramids are the representation of our ascension process, because you have to have clay to make bricks. Then you take them bricks and you start building your pyramid. You know? And everything, every one of those things I just talked about is related to the 7 Hermetic principles. You know what I'm saying? And they're in a pyramid form like this. This is how Phil puts it out, like that. You know, and then you can even look at it, what is it? The myth of Heliopolis, or Heliopolis. Here, I'm looking up my notes here. I got like 300 pages of notes. And guys, I never read the Bible. I've never read anything but this Emerald Tablet book, you know, and I think that has something to do with it, because I'll explain this to my kids, and my kids their eyes light up. You know, you can see the interest in them, you know, because they're not indoctrinated yet. They're not indoctrinated yet. Okay, now right here is correspondence. Right here's correspondence. We'll just leave it core. Okay, vibration. Vibe. Right? Then we got polarity. Poles. And then down at the center is rhythm. Hang on, I'm going to draw this a little better. Okay, we got core here. We got vibration here. We got polarity here. And rhythm here. And then going up the other side, cause and effect. Gender. And then we got mentalism. Isn't it odd that mentalism and correspondence are at the, you know, this is the top. This is what the heaven pyramid that comes down and caps your pyramid right here. Creates the star on the top of your Christmas tree. Okay? Now this correspondence, it flows this way. An arrow going this way. Mentalism creates correspondence. Correspondence then in turn creates a vibration. The vibration polarizes the chaotic seas of the waters in the chaos of the nothingness of space. That is the Anu, the black hole, I believe. You know, that's how I think it polarizes it. And I'm you know, because I was stuck on that Anu, and I think I was stuck on it because it's what rang true for me. And there's no coincidence that Anunnaki has the word Anu in it. You know, and Phil knows exactly, he explained it exactly, I mean, precisely what it means, and I can't remember what it is, but okay, then that polarity creates rhythm. This is where we're at, the Malkuth on the bottom, guys. We're in the rhythm. All of these principles on the right, cause and effect, is the plant life, which is us in turn. See, you gotta have to remember that all of this has different layers. Every one of these layers has different layers. Like there's little black holes, there's big black holes, there's the polarity is everywhere, you know, and polarity is two things, positive and negative, because that's what the dichotomy of our existence is them and us, Democrat. Okay, now here's the axiom, or the axos, right here, you guys. This is what I was talking about that symbol on the thing. What'd you say, fart dust? Yeah. Okay, you guys, right here. If you looked at it from like in a mirror, that planetary alignment, right here, guys. This is Pluto, okay? Come down, and Saturn's right here where the magic happens, in the throat chakra, right? In the tree of life. I'll go to the tree of life, and then we go down here where the next one was. What was it? Saturn. What the other one? Sirius. And Sirius is the Demeter, which I think is related to, is it the sexual organs, or is it the desire of man, or that gets him in trouble, you know, the physical senses. Okay, and then it goes down to the root. This right here, I think the snake is representative of the sun, you know, the system. Collection of blips, what do you mean? But this is the sickle, what I was talking about. The sickle that comes off the angle. Jupiter is right here, the staff. You know, because Jupiter's down here in the system. Watch, I'll show you. We'll go back to... We are food for the next cycle. That's what we are. Our light that we creates the next cycle. You understand what I'm getting at there? We are like the pollen, and that's another another way I made the connection. Was, oh, we're the pollen for the freaking next cycle. But we are the next cycle as well, guys. That's the whole thing. You have to put it all together in one basket. That's what the baskets that in the Anunnaki glyphs, that's what they're carrying, you guys. Because everything's in one basket. Everything is in one basket. The basket represents the pineal light. Okay? That's what the basket represents in all those glyphs. Okay, now this... Yeah, what's up, Cindy? I figured out how to explain this, you know, in a week. I feel like a genius. But I'm Rain Man all over again. Okay, you guys? Now, somebody hey, architect, go online for me and figure out what Ceres is. You know, the C-E-R-E-S. And come back with a report, please. Somebody do it. Saturn is magic. Pluto is the Kether. You know, and that's right over here on the other side of Saturn. Sirius, we got to figure out which Demeter, and I think that's, you know, Sirius is... Yeah, do a Google search and find out what it is. I think it's... All you got to do is read the first word after whatever, when you enter it in Google, and it'll tell you what it is. But then... And this is the whole thing, you guys. You got to realize that creation is on every level. From the word I just spoke to the planets in heaven. You understand what I mean by that? And they're all governed by the same principles. Because my voice coming out of my mouth is the polarization of the air that it's running across, and it's creating vibration. You understand what I mean? And that vibration is what did you say? Saturn symbolizes the human being that has learned all his hard lessons from, that's the magic, yep. Yep. Okay, what's Sirius then? That's the magic. So, you know, and I'm just thinking of the way you line them up on the Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life is a bunch of platonic solids put together, that's where the platonic solids come. Not Sirius, I'm talking Cirrus. I'm not talking about Sirius, I'm talking about Cirrus. C-E-R-E-S. Cirrus. Yes. Yes. And I think all of that magic stuff that you know, getting scared of things. Yeah, is Phil I owe Phil a freaking man, that guy, he's made my work. I mean, he gave me the answers I needed to get where I'm at. I'll tell you that. And I'm not even close. Sirius is not a big turd. It's part of our system, because look at this. I mean, how does it come down and match up? Is the largest object in an asteroid belt that lies between the, or Oh, yeah, it lies between the orbits. But what is it? It stands for something, like every other planet does. Oh, Phil is here? Hey, Phil, answer some questions, buddy. Thank you, dude. Oh, that's nice. That's good news. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, now I can stop talking. I can start asking Phil questions. That's awesome, dude. Was I right? Sirius is connected to Demeter? You're awesome, Phil. Do you think I should be sharing this right here? Bud, do you think I should be sharing this? Tell me in your honest opinion. Yep. Nice. I mean, this was my avenue for realizing. Okay, Phil, are you still here, bud? He probably doesn't want to hang out because he doesn't want to be stuck. He probably disappeared on us. He's spending time with his girlfriend that he hasn't seen in a while, so that he'll probably disappear on us, and I don't blame him. I'm gonna have him on my show tomorrow at 3:33, guys. So, you know, and if it wasn't for Phil, wow. I mean, he knows. I don't have to give him praise because he doesn't want it, I'm sure. But you know, he was right about the whole knocking my world to my. I mean, I'm down. You know what I mean? I'm not out, but I'm down. But yeah, the whole so this is the same as that. Thank you. Should I be sharing this, Phil? This planetary thing? Without really... But this is how I figured it out, guys, was because the polar opposites is Pluto, is Hades, and heaven. You know, it's considered the underworld in Hades. Saturn, the magic, human being, finding knowledge, right? Good. I'm glad you approve. But, you know, what is it? Okay, here. I'm going to go to this. I just want to ask you one thing if you're still here. You don't have to hang out, though, but I don't want to hang you. Yeah, right there in the solar system. Awesome, dude. Right here. What does the snake around the legs mean, then? Doesn't this equate to the same as that solar system I just showed you? See, I'm stuck right here with... I'm stuck right here. What the snake means around the legs and what the wings mean behind them. Because I think this is the same angle Jupiter's on. Jupiter is the king. Jupiter is the king, so that must be what the sickle represents? Or does the sickle represent the 7? Okay. That's why I love that man, because he's completely honest, and we need more of that. And I don't think you can make the connection unless you are. I think it's a must. No, that's spelled right. I think you got it spelled right. But I sure didn't expect Phil to show up here tonight, but I appreciate it. But yeah. What's up, Rainbow? What's up? How are you today? Yeah, and I was down and out until I got on this and I started talking about it to you guys, and it really helps. So I appreciate you guys coming and helping me get out of my stupor. That's good. That's good. Did you go to bed right away after I got off the phone with you? But yeah, this Good. I stayed up for a little longer. This right here is, I think, misinterpreted by Randall Carlson, but I may be wrong. You know what I mean? Oh, baby. Pouring out the waters. But yeah, we're the diamonds in the rough, you guys. You literally, you know, the twinkle, twinkle, little star. I mean, I'm going to ask Phil a bunch of questions now about... Yes, architect, what? Nice. Everything rolled into one. That's what the Axian mythos, or the Mithric god of cosmic time is. Okay, looking at the head of the lion. Yep. Or of iron. Yep, it's a lion. Yep. Probably why it's called iron. You got that right. I'm taking notes too. His staff is invincible spear axis. So that's the 23.5 degree axis we're on, right? Because I think that's 23.5 degrees right there, right about. Yep. And it's odd because Jupiter's about at that position in that arrangement. Well, the ancient art is pretty much telling us that it's all coming from inside of us. In my opinion, I think that's where I think I got it right. It's everything and nothing all in one. And it's kind of weird. You look in the background of this thing and you see this X, you know, of light. You see that? You see the fade in behind the thing? I'm stuck on the snake around the body. Or the binding of it. Okay. Does it have anything to do with that cross alignment that I was just showing or no? Why did I instantly think it was that? Bye, Christine. Thanks. Toodles. Because it embodies everything, right? Oh, yeah. That's the Earth sign, right? That's the alchemical symbol for Earth. Oh, okay, I got you now. Because it's standing on Earth. So then it has... Oh, so it is the demiurge. And it's kingship. So that in the Anunnaki story, when they say that kingship was lowered down from heaven, that's just telling us that the tree of life. We got to look to the tree of life for the answers. What is he holding in his hand, in his left hand? What is that? In its underworld condition, timeless, infinite. That's the underworld. That's heaven is the underworld, right? Or no? That's to do what? See, I'm confused. And that's where we get confused, is because of all the names. See, you're just going to get inundated. Hey, you guys, I'll take a bunch of notes, questions after this that I'll ask Phil tomorrow. So Phil can get back to his girlfriend, you know, if he has to. Oh! So after... Wow, there's just so much to wrap my mind around. Phil, when you found out where I'm at right now, did it push everybody in your life away from you? I mean, did people just think you were crazy, or they thought you were being pompous, or they thought he's holding a key? He is the key in the way. The demiurge is the key in the way. No, the demiurge, you cannot connect the demiurge to terror. You kept your mouth shut? I mean, that's the silver cord? You kept your mouth shut. Are you telling me I should keep my mouth shut? Oh, Sue Jesus had to pop in and tell me to keep my mouth shut too. F all you guys. Yeah, I wish... The silver key after the gold key. Oh, the keys to heaven. Awesome. Right. Nice. Looks like it fits in his mouth. Maybe. Yeah, it does. Not exactly keep you mouth shut. Oh. Uh-oh. We're getting to something here because my connection's starting to get hindered on me. Oh no. Somebody must be online. Yeah, but I mean, I totally appreciate Phil, and I appreciate every one of you guys, because every one of you guys have been part of my process here, and I've grown leaps and bounds, and it's just amazing how much you can understand. Once one thing makes sense to you, you can start fitting them all together. You know what I mean? And it just snowballs. And it's impossible for me to keep my mouth shut. Maybe that's what the key means, huh? Shove that key in my mouth. Yes, thank you, Phil. Take it easy, bud. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. He didn't tell us, I don't think. But that's good. Well, I'll ask him tomorrow. But yeah, guys, that's incredible, huh? It's amazing how much information you can get from a symbol. Amazing how much you can get from a symbol. You know what I mean? And that's why they were left for us. You know, that's why they were left for us, guys. And this is what we're here for. Now I'm going to go to this. This is the one thing I understand, and I want to explain this a little more to Aaron, because, and everybody that's in here. Remember I was talking about that movie, Sue? You heard me talking about it several times. I was talking about that movie over and over and over, the Stars Born movie. And right here. And I don't know why Pluto was demoted, if it was because of this or not, but this right here, Sue, is what triggered me to start understanding was these eyebrows right here that they're kneeling on. You know? Because as soon as he said, look what they're kneeling on, Steve. This exactly, right, this whole thing represents our brain. These baboons are Thoth. What Phil has accomplished. You know, Christ consciousness. What we all want to accomplish. Okay? And that's the avenue to the knowledge. You know what I mean? It could have been. Could have been. Very well could have been. Now, because this is the symbol of Pluto right here. The Ankh with the arms raised up. And I don't even think Phil recognized that, but I think that was for... who said the Star is Born? He wants Allie to be herself. Know yourself. Wow. Yeah, right. But it's a hero's journey too, you know? It's the hero's journey. This right here is a head. The way Phil explained it, this is the top of the head. Oh, wow. This is the top of the head right here. Not only that, it's the arc. You know, it's the hero's journey arc that the sun takes across the sky. These are Thoth. These are wisdom, the pineal gland. This Jed pillar is the four forces or four elements or whatever coming together to make 5. Truth. This stands for a spine, a person erect in truth. This right here, these female figures, these are both sides of the brain, and they're depicted as exact duplicates, mirror objects, because they are both sides and they are in equilibrium, because there's not a dualistic nature fighting one another in the brain. Yes, it's the Godhead, correct. The Ankh is the spirit of life, you know, the life and death cycle, right? This one has a chalice on top of its head to signify that it's the creative side, you know what I mean? This is the phallus on top of that head. So this one's got a phallus on top. Male. This one's got a chalice on top. Yeah, the Pluto and yeah. But look, here's the eyeballs and the eyebrows. This is because in the Star is Born movie, when she first meets Bradley Cooper, she's laying on her back on the bar, singing in a transgender bar, by the way. You know, and I found that really weird at the time, because I turned to my wife and I said, "Why did you bring me here?" You know, I thought the whole movie was going to be about, you know, and that was me learning a lesson right there in itself. Was I was judging because of who was in the act. You know what I mean? What did you say? Ugh, should have stayed with my esoteric studies. I don't understand what the fuck is going on, just being honest. You know what? You're not going to really understand until it all clicks. And it wasn't until, I'm telling you, the eyebrows in that movie, when she turns on the bar and she looks at Bradley Cooper, and the first look they have when they look at each other. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what it means too, architect. Everybody understands more than they really do. My clue was the 333 my whole life, guys. I've seen this my whole life. 333. And you know, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And there's 27 letters in the Hebrew alphabet. And the Hebrew alphabet is made from just your hand. The gesture of your hand. You know, the 2 fingers, your thumb and your forefinger apart. You know, and all of this is latent in our Akashic. This right here is the Akashic. This is the storehouse for all of our knowledge. Right here is the storehouse. Yes. Yes. This is a head. This is the pineal gland. This is... So what this is saying... See you later, Cindy. I'm going to be done with this in a minute. So what this is saying is the Godhead creates itself, and it's a God is being born again. God is being born again from its own head. It's the magnetic free energy motor, so to speak. And I think that's why that is coming to, you know, fruition right now too. You know, the free energy thing that's on YouTube everywhere. Well, it was for a while, but ain't anymore. But this right here, the Jed pillar, is key. See these 4 rings? God's name has 4 and 5 letters in it. There's two, and I forget what it was. That tenon, that Stan tenon, describes that eloquently. And even these little bands right here mean something in the Jed pillar. Yes. But as soon as I seen this symbol right here, it was the key, the Pluto. Because I was stuck on, and maybe, hey, get this, guys. Maybe Pluto was taken out of the mix for me to not see it. Huh? What do you think about that? Yes, the movie stuck with me. I've been talking about it ever since, right, Aaron? And you agreed with me. You were one of the few people that agreed with me. You know? And I was... because at the end, his brother says he lived his life like a... you know, I don't want to spoiler alert anybody. You know, I'm giving you a spoiler alert. At the end, he says he lived his life like a musical note. 12 octaves in the 1. And you all know what the 12 octaves in the 1 is, right? The zodiac, as well, now get this, as well as the 12 cranial nerves in the top of our head. with the pineal gland in the middle. The same as the Last Supper painting, guys. You hear me? The same as the Last Supper painting. That's how all of this stuff is encoded around us. That's what I mean about how the information finds you. Yes, we're going to be there, Milky. Don't worry, buddy. So I hope everybody here that has been on this podcast with me realizes the severity of this knowing and what it can do for us. This can change the world. And whether it's the end or it's the beginning on that date, the 1/13/2020, is up to us, I think. So, you know, if you want this, if you want what I want, then we better get to moving. You know what I mean? So we have to figure out how to articulate this and get this knowledge to everybody, because it's so far reaching that people will not even, nobody will understand it. It's so hard to explain. It's completely hard to, I mean, I say one thing about this to anybody and they're like, that's just too big for me. And they're all yelling at me saying, you think too much. You do this. You should just live your life. You should just do this. You should just do that. And that's why I'm in turmoil, you guys. You hear me? That's why I'm in turmoil. Because everybody around me is knocking me for knowing this. And it's not, I'm at the point where I don't really want to know it. But I do. Because it's what I've been searching for my whole life. So when this happened, a stacking started, knowledge I had, yeah. Yes, exactly. Same thing. Same thing. You know what I mean? And people, when you try to talk to people about this, it's just too spectacular. It's like, it's above me. It's above my pay grade. I can't, you know, I can't be doing this and I can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Hey, Odie. Is that Odie Odin? The righteous, what do you mean the righteous will be persecuted? The people that are being righteous to me, telling me that I shouldn't? Or you're saying me, the one that knows? Yeah, Lisa, I thought you were against me in all them Wayne chats, but you were with me, weren't you? Man, Steve, you're speaking the words in my head that last few months. What do you mean, seeking truth? The righteous? Is that what you meant by that? So, see what I mean? It's even coming into this podcast. People all over are waking up and seeking more truth and inner being. So you're saying that the righteous are going to be persecuted. And the people that know are going to be persecuted. Hey, that's a good take on it. So the solar system, oh, what did you say, Lisa? What did you say before that? Nobody got what I was trying to explain. Well, exactly. Right. I got what you were trying to explain. But I mean, at first, no, I now know that. But at first, you know, there's a couple times where, oh, I got you, John. I got you. And, you know, the whole, you know, Steiger, he's a good guy. I love the man. He's gone down the dark road, though, because he's letting it snowball. Do you guys notice that? That's what the dark brothers are, guys. That's what the dark knowledge is, because they're going to pull you off the path, you know. And I'm not saying he's doing it purposely. You know, he feels like he's spited by God, or, you know, and I've lived my life the last, since my dad died in that manner, hating God, not knowing I was hating myself and hating all of you. I was walking around with this chip on my shoulder that I couldn't get rid of, and I sure hope it's almost gone, because I'm about out of tears. I'm about out of tears, really, and it's getting old. But hey, guys, right? It's very hard to understand. Very. Yeah. Jeff Torty, he's another one. You know, he's a good guy too. But, you know, they're going down a road they have no idea what they're talking about. And I hate to say that. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying they're blinded by the light. I love Wayne. Wayne's a good guy. You know, I know he's a good guy. Deep down, I know the dude's a good guy. I know he is. And I love you guys. I love every one of you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I love all you guys. Love, peace, chicken grease. Tomorrow at 3:33, my channel, I'll have Phil on. We'll ask all the questions. You know, and I'm going to try to keep it down to, you know, a minimum. I'm going to ask him a time limit, and then, you know, we're not going to go 4 hours like we did that one night. But it was fun. I had fun that night. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for being part of my reality. I enjoy every one of you guys. LPCG, yes, yes, indeed. If we all, what did you say? If we all wake up, we all go to sleep. Why do you gotta be like that, architect? I'm just kidding, bud. I love you. Take it easy, guys. Yes, he is. I think he is. And he, you know, he's the polarization. Debbie Donner. He's the polarization. Everything is that way. And you have to realize that everything is opposites. You're lucky. You're lucky, John. One of the few. I'm trying not to get pissed off, but I hear you. I got mad the last couple times. You're welcome, Aaron. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, but you have to realize that the duality needs to be married before you reach it. You know, before you reach the one. That's what we have to wrap our minds around. Yeah, start with deprogramming. Right. That's exactly, hey, Sue, you pop in at the perfect times, because that's exactly what it is. We have to get rid of the labels. And you have to get rid of the emotion attached to the belief. Emotion attached to the belief. What are you saying exactly, Eric, for? Or... Yes, there has to be a balance, but I mean, you have to learn how to accept it all as one, the good and the bad, because the good and the bad are the same. Wow, I got 21 more people back on here. I was trying to close this out. All right, guys, I love you. Tomorrow, 3:33, my channel. See ya.